Before the dawn first light touches the red hearth, the people of the land hear the steady ringing of a single drum. It is the call of justice, the same rhythm that has guided one man through storms and shadows. Very dark black man, the brave and honest warrior who fears no tongue and bows to no corrupt powers. From crowded marketplaces to silent forest, his name travels like wind carried fire, steering hearts that have grown weary of oppression. Long before he lifted a spear or spoke a word of defiance, the boy who would be known as Very Dark Black Man learned three truths from his elders. Truth is a spear sharper than iron. A selfless heart can outlive 100 lifetimes. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the refusal to be ruled by it. As he grew, many tried to silence his questions. Chiefs and merchants, fearing exposure of their greed, whispered, "Stay quiet, boy." The powerful bite, but he would not bend when rulers demanded false praise. He spoke plain words. When soldiers threatened, he stood taller. He discovered that a fearless mind can disarm even the sharpest sword. Very dark black man belongs not to the palace, but to the people. He walks among farmers whose callous hands feed the nations. He listens to mothers who sells peppers under the blistering sun. He protects street children who know the cruelty of night. Whenever the powerful trample the weak, he rises, a shade for the voiceless. Greatness does not bloom without trial. Enemies have tried to smear his name, to lure him with gold, to crush him with threats, but each attempt only tempers his resolve. When offered riches to stay silent, he replied, "I cannot trade the people's hope for coins." When warned that his life was at risk, he said, "Better a short honest life than a long dishonest one." Through storms of lies and waves of intimidation, he remains unbroken. Very dark black man's code is simple yet unshakable. Truth above comfort, service above self, courage above fear of opinion. He fights not with hatred, but with an unyielding commitment to justice. His weapons are words of clarity, actions of sacrifice, and the faith that one righteous voice can awaken thousands. Children repeat his sayings by the fireside. Young leaders cite his defiance when they challenge corruption. Elders bless his name in quiet prayers for a nation reborn. He is living proof that a single brave, truthful, selfless soul can shake empires. The drumbeat continues. It echoes in city streets and village squares, calling each of us to stand for truth without fear of what others will say or do. Very dark black man's journey is not just his own. It is an invitation for every time a person refuses to be silent before injustice. His spirit walks beside them. Before the first cock crow, very dark black man often walks the sleeping streets. He studies the quiet, the way the hare holds his breath before sunrise. In that silence, he renews his vow. "I will guide the helpless. I will speak when others tremble. I will never barter truth for comfort." Neighbors sometimes wake to find a small token left at their doors, a carved wounded heart, a sprig of healing herbs, a line of encouragement on palm leaf. These silent gestures are his unseen patrol, prove that courage is gentle as well as strong. When the marketplace fills, it becomes a thunderclap of words. His speeches are not mere noise. They are keys that unlock fear. He tells fishermen to keep their rivers clean and stand against illegal nets. It tells youths to leave their heads and refuse bribes. Each word is a spark. Soon crowds chant with him. their voices rising like the roar of a distant waterfall. One moonlight night, a powerful merchant offered him a palace by the sea, whispering, "Rest, eat the bread of ease, let others carry the burden." Very dark black man smiled sadly and replied, "A soft bed can be a trap, and a golden plate can chain the soul. I was born for the road, not the palace." He turned away, his shadow stretching long across the sand, a reminder that integrity is a harder, nobler path. From time to time, he retreats to an ancient forest where giant trees speak in whispers. There, he kneels among roots as thick as a man's torso. He listens not for applause, but for wisdom. He prays that his heart never hardens, that he will always fight for the people, never against them. News of his deed crosses mountains and rivers. In distant villages, children draw his likeness on clay walls. Singers compose ballads of the fearless warrior. Farmers light lamps at dusk and say, "May the courage of very dark black man live in our sons and daughters." His legend is not a statue of stone. It is a fire carried in every heart that dares to resist injustice. Very dark black man's greatest lesson is not that he is unique, but that everyone can wear the mantle of brave honesty. He says, "The fight for the common people is not mine alone. When you speak truth in the face of power, you too are a warrior." One season, dark clouds gathered over the land. A coalition of corrupt chiefs plotted to seize the harvest and cast the poor into hunger. Messengers warned very dark black man to stay hidden, but he declared, "When the sky thunders, a true warrior steps into the rain." He walked openly through the villages, encouraging farmers to guide their grain and stand together. His presence was like lightning across a dark plain, a signal that no storm could drown the people's will. After the uprising, tension brewed between rival clans. Rather than bask in victory, he built a bridge of dialogue. He invited elders from every side to a great clearing, spoke of shared ancestors and common hopes, and poured libation to the spirits of unity. By dawn, enemies embraced, proving that the bravest warrior is also a patient peacemaker. Children flocked to him whenever he visits a new village. He squats to their level, eyes won, and says, "Truth may be lonely, yet it never dies. Selfless is the word no thief can steal." He asks them to repeat these words until their voices fill the square, planting seeds of courage that will bloom for generations. Not every victory roars. One moonless night, he sat beside a widow whose land had been stolen. No speeches, no drums, only shared silence and a steady hand on her shoulder. By dawn, officials arrived with forged papers exposed. A quiet triumph boomed of steadfast presence. In this way, it shows that courage can whisper as powerfully as it shouts. Years pass, yet his stride never slows. Paths of red clay turn to dusty highways. Cities rise where forests once stood. Still, the call remains the same. Protect the common folk. Speak the unvarnished truth. Fear neither ridicule nor threats. Very dark black man often says, "Do not build statues of me. Build schools, plant trees, and keep your promises to one another." He believes a hero's true memorial is not stone but goodness multiplied. And so his story lives not only in songs and tales, but in every act of quiet justice performed by those he has inspired. One dry season, rumors spread of a band of warlords hiding in the stone bag of mountains, terrorizing villagers and stealing grain. Many feared to climb the rock path. Very dark black man shouldered a simple pack, saying, "The road of justice is steep, but the summit holds the dome." For 3 days, he trekked through thorny scrub and echoing ravines. When he reached the warlord camp, he spoke with a voice steady as granite. "Lay down greed and lift your humanity, or face the unity of those you oppress." After the mountain victory, he returned to the great river where elders sit beneath the Iroko tree. He saw their counsel, reminding all that a wise warrior listens as much as he speaks. The oldest elder blessed him, saying, "Your fearlessness is matched only by your humility. Remember always that power without listening becomes tyranny." Verydarkblackman bowed low, for even the bravest must drink from the well of wisdom. Knowing that strength fades but ideas endure, he began planting literal and spiritual seed. He started community gardens in forgotten corners, teaching youths to nurture soul as they nurture hope. Each sapling became a living pledge that justice must feed both body and spirit. One evening, a sudden power outage plunged a crowded town into darkness. Panic rippled through narrow streets. Verydarkblackman lit a single lantern and walked the alley, guiding children back to their parents, calming frightened herders. People later said the small flame felt brighter than 100 torches, a reminder that one steadfast heart can light an entire city. To strengthen bonds across distant regions, he traveled east, west, north, and south, meeting fishermen, herders, traders, desert dwellers in each place. He shared the same message. Justice wears no single color. Courage belongs to every language under the sun. By the time he returned home, the circle of Eli stretched wider than the horizon itself. Though celebrated, he never sought titles or crowns. When leaders offered him a grand position, he answered, "A title can cage a free spirit. Let me remain a servant of the people, unbound by seat or throne." Thus he kept his independence, proving that true greatness needs no golden chair. As seasons turn and generations rise, children still gather at twilight to hear the tales. They clap their hands and chant, "Truth above comfort, service above self, courage above fear." The echo of their voices travels on the wind, a living promise that the spirit of Verydarkblackman will not fade. As Verydarkblackman's fame spread, those in power grew uneasy. They feared a voice that could not be bought, so they used the oldest weapon of tyrant, the law twisted against justice. He was seized while shedding market women from Ophir Tarsus. In the courthouse, he stood tall and said, "If defending murders is a crime, then carve the word justice on my said door." The crowd outside sang through the night until he was released. He exposed corrupt officials who diverted grain meant for the hungry. Soldiers dragged him away, yet he smiled and told the children worship, "Never fear shame made for truth. They break sooner than lies." Days later, the charges crumbled like dust. Each time he championed the weak, another summon arrives. Courtroom became arenas where his calm words shamed the guilty. Judges who tried to silence him find themselves echoing his argument. For him, every hearing was another front in the war for fairness. He wore no armor, carried no spear, yet his evidence was truth, and his shield was the people's faith. Spectators would whisper. He never insulted his accusers. Instead, he spoke so clearly that even guys nodded in quiet respect. After his release, friends begged him to rest. Enough battles, enough prisons, they pleaded, but he answered, "When injustice sleeps lightly, we must stay awake. My freedom means little if the poor remain chained." He returned to the street, visiting farms, sitting with fishermen, listening to the same people who gave him strength. No cell could weaken the fire in his heart. In time, the pattern became clear. Every attempt to break him only widened his influence. Children played cards in the village square, taking turns to act as Verydarkblackman, and the trembling officials' songs celebrated not just his wins, but his unyielding spirit. One humid night, just as moonlight silvered the rooftops, soldiers again arrived at his door. They thought to surprise him, but found him calmly writing letters of hope to village youths. He rose, offered them water, and said, "If my words frighten the greedy, then let my step comfort the oppressed." Neighbors lined the road as he was led away. Their quiet presence, a shade stronger than iron. This time the cell was darker, the air thick with damp stone, yet he greeted each day with a prayer for those who had less freedom than he. He shared food with strangers, told stories to lift weary hearts, and turned a cold corridor into a classroom of courage. Guys whispered that the prison itself seemed brighter when he spoke. The courthouse overflowed. Farmers, merchants, mothers with infants, straight to their backs, filled the square. The judge demanded silence, but the people answered with a single chant: truth above comfort, service above self, courage above fear. Even the magistrate gavel could not steal the redeemed Verydarkblackman's mind. Each arrest tested his spirit, but each release deepened his faith that justice walks slowly yet surely. He often told his companion, "No man's power is eternal, and no prison lasts longer than truth." When he finally returned to his home after his longest trial, children ran barefoot to meet him, elders poured libation to ancestors, drummers struck rhythms of victory. But he lifted his hand for quiet and said, "Celebrate not me, but the courage that lives in each of you. For today it is my name on their papers, tomorrow it may be yours, and you must stand as family." His story crossed borders. Newspapers carried headlines of the fearless warrior who faced endless calls yet never bent. Students in distant towns wrote essays about his defiance. Activists quoted his words, "Chains break, truth remains." It became a living proverb, a reminder that dignity needs no permission. Nigeria, vast and vibrant, rich with languages and bustling cities, was the stage for some of his greatest tests. He traveled from the crowded markets of Lagos to the red earth roads of Enugu, listening to traders, students, farmers, and factory workers. Everywhere he heard the same plea: we need fairness, we need leaders who remember the people. When public funds meant for schools vanished into private pockets, Verydarkblackman refused to look away. He stood before town councils and declared, "A stolen textbook steals a child's future." Some officials tried to drown him in paperwork and false charges, but he uncovered records, spoke in community halls, and used open forums to reveal the truth, turning quiet whispers of frustration into a thunder of accountability. He walked side by side with market women facing unfair levies, Okada riders battling sudden crushes fines, young graduates demanding jobs instead of empty promises. Rather than shout at politicians alone, he taught ordinary citizens how to petition, organize, and speak with one voice. He believed lasting change begins when the masses know their own powers. Whenever protest threatened to turn chaotic, he stepped into the crowd and raised his hand for calm. Justice built on violence crumbles like dry clay. Let our strength be discipline, our weapon truth. Our fight is not with one another. Justice built on violence crumbles like dry clay. Let our strength be discipline, our weapon truth. Time and again, tension eased and demonstrations ended with peaceful resolutions that even skeptics could not ignore. Corruption did not vanish overnight, and he never pretended it would. He often said, "Injustice is a stubborn weed, but if we keep planting seeds of honesty, our children will harvest a cleaner field." This patience became his trademark. Persistent enough to rattle the mighty, peaceful enough to win the trust of the people. By the time he had walked the length and breadth of Nigeria, Verydarkblackman had inspired networks of community watchers, student journalists, and neighborhood advocates. They carried his message: truth above comfort, service above self, courage above fear. His influence spread like the harmattan wind, invisible, unstoppable, cleansing, Nigeria was drowning in shadow. Kingdoms fell to greed, villages burned under warlords, and the cries of the weak echoed without answer. In this time of despair, a lone warrior rose. His name was whispered with awe and reverence. Very dark black man. He did not seek glory nor crowns, but walked from land to land, answering justice with the strength of his blade and the purity of his heart. Wherever he tread, oppressors tremble, and the oppressed found hope. Very dark black man charged. His sword down fire burst into flames brighter than day. With every swing, the fire scorched corruption, turning monsters to ash. When enemies surrounded him, he did not falter. His shield rose, glowing with the souls of the innocent, the fleeting claws, blades, and spear alike. But the tyrant was cunning. He whispers into the heart of men, twisting them with promises of power. Soon, even monsters raised their blades against the warrior, and yet he did not slay them. Instead, he fought with precision, disarming without spying, proving his mercy was stronger than his rage. Not every battle was fought with steel. Very dark black man knew that swords could break chains, but only words could heal hearts. Wherever he walks, he listened first to the mothers who wept for their lost children, to the farmers robbed of their harvest, to the children who had never known peace. He bent his ear to the oppressed, and when they could not speak for themselves, he became their voice. One day he came upon a villager enslaved by a corrupt duke. The people were too frightened to rise, too beaten to hold. The duke's soldiers mocked them, declaring, "Your cries are dust, your voice is worthless." Very dark black man stood before them and spoke, his voice carrying like thunder. "No voice is worthless, no cry is dust. The weak may be silenced by fear, but I speak for them, and today the world shall hear." With damn fire raised, he struck down the tyrant's guide, but his true power was not the blade, it was the courage he gave the villagers. For the first time in years, they rose, shouting, chanting, standing shoulder to shoulder. The duke fled, for no army can withstand the people who have found their voice. From that day forth, he swore another vow. "I am the voice to the voiceless, the strength of the broken, the courage of the silent. As long as injustice robs people of their wares, I shall speak until the heavens themselves answer." Legend says his species could halt a war before it began. That king would lower their crowns, shamed by his truth, that even enemies, upon hearing his words, would drop their swords in tears, realizing the weight of their crimes. Children imitated his voice in play, shouting justice, justice. Villages carved his words into stone so they would never be forgotten. He became more than a warrior. He became a movement.
This Nigeria is becoming scarier and scarier by the day. Bro, this Nigeria is scaring me at this point. Now, this story I'm about to share now is one of the most scariest stories I have ever heard from my life. It's currently being handled by the police. And as a matter of fact, I won't know. And I make me want to share and make everybody know what they go on. Like, I won't know how this matter go end, bro. This is like a horror. Now, what happened? This man on my screen, his name is Mr. Richard Ekpebu. He's a real estate agent in Bayelsa. As a matter of fact, he's the vice president of all real estate agents in Bayelsa. So around June 2025, he was contacted by this guy, George Idumage, also known as Pastor Brandy. So Pastor Brandy contacted him because they've known each other for a long time. Pastor Brandy said, Mr. Richard, I won't sell one land, I need money. Being that you are a real estate agent and the vice president, it go easy for you to sell. I beg, help me market the land. So when he told him, say paper day, say everything, all documentations are correct. So from that June, Mr. Richard start to look for buyer for the land. Around July, Mr. Richard can't see buyer for the land. He can't call George. Say, "Oh, I don't see buyer. They want to come for inspection immediately and they are willing to pay immediately. Being that you are the landlord, or you are come with the papers." Mr. George now came. The people that wanted to buy the land, they now sent a representative. That one said they. Then the real estate agent, Mr. Richard, 3 of them, they were there. So they inspected the land and they said they were going to make payments that day. They will make payment because they trust Mr. Richard and his position in Bayelsa State, saying I be the vice president of all agents. So they need to trust him and no get where to go. So they now said they want to pay money. That which account will they pay to? They now said they should pay to the landlord direct, which is Mr. George, aka Pastor Brandy. They say, okay, now so they wire and go Mr. George. When they wired the 9 million straight to Mr. George, they were now asking, say, okay, where papers? Miss George now said, I beg you, I forget the papers. The papers they Port Harcourt. I only came because I want to know if you people are serious. Nobody say, oh, paper, I can't do paper up and down. They say, okay, they understand. Now, the people said, no, we're not going to let you go until we get papers. Then Mr. Richard now said, you don't trust me. George, I have known George for years. You understand? Now, my guy. Make George go Port Harcourt, go bring the papers. I'll collect the papers and I will hand it to you. So that was how those people left Mr. George and Mr. Richard. So Mr. George can't go, can't leave Richard, which is the estate agent. As he go, the next day, Richard can't call George. Pastor Brandy say, how far now, where the papers? Make I carry and give these people, let's close this deal. You understand? George say, saying they busy, they do one or two things. The next day, Richard say, how far George now? Bring these papers, come. These people are disturbing me. Story enter. Third day, story enter. Fourth day, story enter. Mr. Richard convex. Now the people where pay for the land straight to Mr. Richard, straight to Mr. George, come start to disturb Richard. Eventually, one day, Mr. George's girlfriend, being this girl, now called Richard and I said, come and meet us in the hotel so that we'll give you the papers. So that was how Mr. Richard can't go hotel, go meet George and his girlfriend. As they meet George and his girlfriend for the papers, so they can't drive off. As they drove off, the next day, Mr. Richard, agent's wife, come they call the husband. How far, honey? How far? The husband go respond, say, in they do one transaction, say they busy. The wife go say, come out today. He say no. The next day, she called him, honey, how far now? They come out. He say no, say one transaction go wrong. You understand? Say he's very, very busy. Transaction went wrong. So she didn't hear from him. Now, the people that paid that 9 billion naira to this man, Mr. George, they were now saying, come, okay, give us our money if you are not giving us our papers. They now went to go and report to the police. Police can go arrest Mr. George. As they arrested Mr. George, they brought him to the station. Mr. George now said, how? That he has given money to Richard, that he does not want to sell land again. So he has transferred the money to Mr. Richard, who is the real estate agent, that they should go and collect their money from Mr. Richard. So them now, they were now calling Mr. Richard. Richard was not picking. They go text Richard, Richard go respond because Richard was not responding on WhatsApp. He now told his wife that Mr. Richard, who is the estate agent, will say he is on the run. That transaction no go well. The wife converse, come say, come, this small money, 9 million, now make you the run from family. Now where you don't get money, I no be your wife again, you dey treat me wrongly, you no want follow me talk, you no want come my house, you know all those things. She was not talking to him. She now even told him that, honey, you know me, I do business. Me say if I get money from my account. While they were chatting. So the husband, Mr. Richard, who is the agent, can say, oh yeah, you know what? Come and meet me in a hotel. Maybe and you talk with him day. Now, the night that she was supposed to go and meet him in the hotel, she now had fever. Because she no fit go. But she says she no like the fact saying, now only chat the husband, they chat him. You understand? That night, the husband can send her 15,000 naira. That is Mr. Richard, the agent, this guy. Send 15,000 naira to the wife. So the next morning, the wife said she was not feeling good. She now said she wants to go and report to the police that the husband is acting strange and she does not know where the husband is. So as she was on her way to the police station, the president of all agents in Bayelsa, the husband is the vice. The president now said, come, where your husband? I don't look for him for how many days now, I no see him. The wife say, even me, now only chat, I chat him. I never see him. I they call, I know the pig boy, they chat me. So he now say, I want to go and report to the police. So they now went to the police, they now made the reports. When they came back, that president now can go, as a real estate agent. So himself, they go check land. He now went to one particular land. As he was about to enter the land, one farmer can come out. The farmer can say, Oga, I beg, no enter that land, or something they happen for here, I don't understand. Few days ago, I heard 3 gunshots. Two. And then I immediately went to go and peep. And I saw a car driving out. And I wrote the plate number. See the plate number. Then I went back there. I didn't see anybody. But I saw slippers. And now carry the slippers. So that president of the Real Estate Agents Association now snapped the slippers. now sent it around, say, who get these slippers? They say they hear gunshots, but they don't see anybody, they see slippers. As they were distributing the slippers, they now sent it to the wife of Mr. Richard, the wife of this man. Mr. Richard's wife see the slippers. Now my husband's slippers be this. Now my husband's slippers be this. So they immediately went to the bush. As they were searching, lo and behold, Mr. Richard's body 9 days inside the bush. Now, they can't carry the plate number when that farmer rides. As they carry the plate number, they now went to go and trace the plate number with road safety. When they track, they now identify the name. Lo and behold, the name tallies with Mr. George, who is the owner of that land. Where contact Mr. Richard say he won't sell land. Apparently, now Mr. George, bye! Mr. Richard, bro. To what end, my God? To what end? Money? They buy Mr. Richard. So they now kept on telling Mr. George, they come the tracker. Mr. George, don't fly from Bayelsa, don't use road, don't enter Lagos. So he did Lagos. While they were surveilling his accounts, they put surveillance. They can't notice, say, he transferred 1 million naira to somebody. So all the people he transferred money to, they can't trace them. So they now found out that he transferred money to a female name. So they now kept on tracking. Now they now tracked. Lo and behold, when they tracked to a particular house, when they got to the house, the girl where they track, she don't pack her things, put her for diner, she won't move. Lo and behold, my girlfriend. So that day, where they tell Mr. Richard, may Mr. Richard come meet them for hotel. When they drove out, they drove to that empty land where they go buy Mr. Richard, Mr. George, and his girlfriend, where they call T Salvage on Facebook. They drove, now there they light Mr. Richard, now there they buy him. They come put inside a leather. To make matters worse, police can search the properties where she put inside the diner. They can't see the gun where they use. Bro.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing matter.
Answer that call.
Wait, the drive from
Traffic come there here.
Answer that
Which floor? Don't be say your house. Who get the best? Don't be a best friend inside your house. If you don't let her go slap you. I saw you when you loaded it.
I did not bring it outside, inside.
Are you not the one that put it inside?
Oh boy, human beings are wicked, bro. Human beings are wicked. To what end? How much be the money, bro? How much is this money? How much?
You don't go wrong for kidnappers. Hey, they come. They press her. See them up front. Don't fear them. You don't have to do. Hey, return them again. Hey, drop out again. You go, guy. That put you on the road. Guy, recharge them. Yes. Guy, recharge them. No level. Guy, no level. Let him out. Down. Come on. Ginger. Down. Charger. Your father. Charger. No level. Charger. No level. Charger. Wait. Police officer. Wait. Bola, charger. Go back. Wait. Come on. Wait, stand down, come now, wait. Now go there. Now go there. Now go there. Now go there. No fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. Now go. Their father. No fear. Their father. Their father. What is their father? Their father. Their father. Their father. Waiting. Waiting. No level. Bro, no level. As I tell you, stop that idea.
Not driver.
If for stop, I will give them things down.
With all those guys now. Your boss saying for your
guy
for today.
I'll go do that. Hey, stop this guy. Turn that motor. Turn that motor. Stop.
What is stop?
You're not supposed to go.
Stop.
Turn him. They don't shoot that guy for that. Turn him. We will go carry that guy. Turn him.
You turn, bros. You turn.
Turn him. No level, I swear to God. For waiting. Turn that car. Yes, on our way. Turn that car.
I'm going to go there with the flare. Never forward.
Bro, turn that car. Hey, wait. Hey, no, they go. Yes. Hey, you can go. Hey,
They go there.
I remind that place. Hey, Oris, no go. Say kidnapper block road. But we are for those two. No go. I go collect gun. I must collect my gun. I swear to God. Guys, my mistake be this. Kidnapper road and go back. What the fuck? Get carry that dead body. We carry that dead body. Oh God. Go in here.
They shoot to stop anybody.
When I tell you stop, you stop, my brother. I know what I tell you stop. No fear. To reach, you come down. If they're not fit to go, you can let that guy dead body. Tell them pass their front. Tell them say, guy, we're gonna teach our police. You can't contribute this one. Tell them my head ahead.
Now we clear the road now. Police are fear. I dare my bro.
Wait.
I don't want to do this sport too. I mean, great.
Wait. Guy! Oh boy, no level! Oh man, they don't come up for no level! No level! Turn out and go! Now we can just say their father. Hey, we go collect that guy dead body. No level! How go there?
Police, how would this? Police, here. You got a key for the floor there.
We carry on.
No carry on. No.
We carry on.
Actually, we not.
We carry on. Hey, yes, move back small. Push on. 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 Oh boy. Hey! Jesus! I'm gonna go. guy, carry this guy. Carry him for me. Carry him for me. Open it. Come. Put down.
What's going around there?
No, we don't can go back. She can't go front. Can't go front. Hey, Mogo. Hey, where my phone? Where my other phone? iPhone. Oh yeah. Where's it? Tear for me. Nagode. Oris.
What happened? You are leaving.
Yes, you are leaving.
How many we carry? Now get that boss.
You might be the boss. No, let's go. Leave boss. You might be the car boss. How much is boss? How much is boss? If they won't take the boss, when they take him, that's human being's life. What if they carry the boss go?
When we say someone is a warrior in activism or public life, we mean a person who fights injustice and gives voice to those without power, takes risk for what they believe is right, endures opposition, legal or physical threat, criticism, censorship, strives for systemic change, not just isolated acts with moral conviction, often sacrificing personal comfort or safety. Verydarkblackman exhibits many of the warrior characteristics in his public life. Courage VDM has repeatedly spoken against powerful individuals, corporations, public figures. He has not avoided controversy, even when there are risks of arrest or backlash. Willingness to confront injustice. He has exposed harmful products, skincare fraud, demanded accountability for corruption, and held people in power to account. He has publicized stories of exploitation and wrongdoing. Resilience under pressure, despite arrest, legal charges, cyberbullying accusations, and public criticism. He remains active and asserts. He cannot be silenced. He said, "They will keep arresting me. I can't stop." Grassroots connection, the support he gets often comes from ordinary people. Many small donations for his NGO came from people who themselves may not be worthy. Transparency and accountability in setting up his NGO. He promised to be transparent and to show receipts to carry people along. Moral stroke ethical fighting. VDA often frames his fights around fairness, consumer protection, human rights, social justice. He positions himself as a defender of the weak, those defrauded, the bully. Being a public warrior is not without cost. Some of the bodies VDM bears, legal risk, repeated charges in court, such as for alleged cyberbullying, possible defamation suits, public criticism stroke reputation risk. Detractor accuse him of overstepping, seeking clout, stirring up conflict, exaggerating issues. There is always the tension between activism and sensationalism. Media activism and physical activism expose him to threats from individuals, sometimes to being misunderstood, maligned, or even in danger. He must balance being provocative enough to demand change, but not so much as to lose credibility or legal protection. In a context where many feel powerless against corruption, impunity, abuse, he stands as someone trying to resist. Young people see him in a path raising their voice, using digital tools, pushing for justice. Pressure on is activism forces governmental bodies, regulatory agencies, companies to respond or be seen as weak or injustice. By calling out unsafe products, harmful beauty standards, frauds, it contributes to changing norms about accountability and ethical behavior. Like many warriors, there are things that could sharpen his fight and pitfalls to be mindful of, ensuring due process when accusing people, truth, evidence, avoiding defamation, maintaining transparency, especially when mobilizing funds to avoid losing trust, avoiding making activism purely performative or for show. There is always risk that boldness becomes spectacle. Ensuring personal warfare, burnout, mental fatigue, conflict with law. Putting it all together, Verydarkblackman can be viewed as a modern day warrior in the following sense. He battles on the digital fronts and in public spaces. His weapons include voice, social media reach, public pressure, legal action visibility. His enemies are corruption, fraud, exploitation, inequity, false beauty standards, unregulated markets, abuse of authority. He is sustained by the support of grassroots people, courage, moral conviction, and he is repeatedly tested by legal and social pushback, but chooses to persist. In a land where many whispers and few speak, where silence often dances with fear, there rises a man clothed not in armor or steel, but in courage, conviction, and the sharp edge of truth. Martins Vincent would say, Verydarkblackman, a name carried on the wings of Nigeria's restless streets. No sword in his hand, yet his words strike like lightning. No shield upon his back, yet justice is his covering. He walks where shadow gather, calling out the merchants of lies and the architects of greed. He stands before the powerful, unbent by their threats, unbought by their gold. Arrest cannot shame his resolve. Courtrooms cannot quiet the fire in his voice. Each accusation, each night behind cold walls, becomes another battle scar of honor. When kidnappers dared the highways of Edo, he did not retreat to safety. He pressed forward, rescuing the wounded, urging courage, showing that a true warrior meets darkness with fearless light. His weapons are truth and a heart for the voiceless. His battlefield is the digital realm, where millions watch and awaken, where the powerless find a champion. He fights for the cheated, for the deceived and forgotten, for a nation tired of corruption's region. Yet, even a warrior knows the weight of war, the risk of false accusation, the weariness of endless conflict. But he rises still, fueled by a vision of a freer tomorrow, by the cries of those who have known microphone. Oh, Verydarkblackman, may your voice never waver. May wisdom guide each bold step, and may the truth you carry outshine every darkness that dares to come. Verydarkblackman's relentless campaign has gone beyond simply chasing individuals. It has reshaped online behavior. Ordinary Nigerians now pause before clicking, buy, or sending money to a stranger. The phrase VDN go cash you has become a cultural warning to anyone plotting an online scam. Social media influencers, once free to promote dubious products for a fee, now hesitate. They know that if a product lacks certification or if its testimonials are fake, VDM or his followers will call it out, sometimes within hours. Companies are hiring compliance officers and demanding verifiable NAFDAC Standards Organization of Nigeria approval before running campaigns, anticipating that consumers will ask, where is the proof? Grassroots, micro warriors, young followers have created mini truth pages, reporting scams and tagging VDM. What began as one voice has become a network of citizen investigators. Local market traders, beauty shops, and small entrepreneurs now proudly display authentic approval numbers and quality guarantees, aware that the digital warriors' gaze can reach even their stores. VDM has hinted at workshops and educational campaigns teaching people how to detect fraudulent schemes and unsafe products. Evolving scams, scapers adapt by moving to private groups, encrypted chats, or using AI generated profiles. VDM must keep pace with technology to remain effective. Constant vigilance takes a toll, legal fees, stress, and the need for security as those exposed may seek retaliation. The line between fearless exposure and unverified accusation is thin. Its credibility rests on meticulous fact checking. If this trend continues, Verydarkblackman's name will not just be tied to viral callers, but to a lasting shift in Nigeria's digital economy. Social commerce will grow stronger as trust returns. Regulators will become more responsive. Under public pressure, future activists will find a proven model for crowd-driving accountability. Verydarkblackman became as one man with a camera and a bold voice. Today it stands as a sentinel of social media, turning fear into courage, chaos into vigilance, and giving ordinary people the power to say, not on our watch. His fight is not only against escapers, but for a culture where honesty thrives and where every user knows that truth, loud, fearless, and unrelenting will always outshine deceit. Oh, very dark black man. May God continue to protect you, guide you, be with you in all you do, and always protect you wherever you go. That is my prayer for you. Because of what you are doing, it will be difficult for us to see somebody like you. But thank you for all you are doing for Nigerians. Nigerians are happy. They are really happy with you. No matter the castigation, no matter what they are saying against you, God will continue to guide and protect you, lead you, be with you in all your ways. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
All right, starting from the 29th of November 2025, which will be on Saturday, we, the Rattle movement, are taking over Nigeria. We are shutting down this country. That being said, we are not shutting it down in terms of violence. We are shutting it down in terms of impact. We are going to start what has never been seen before in Nigeria. We are going to be moving from just being on social media, claiming to be Rattles, to presenting ourselves in real life and impacting, like direct impact in our society. Now, what are we going to be doing? Starting from the 29th, being the Saturday, last Saturday of November, moving on, every Saturday, every last Saturday of every month, we the Rattles are going to come out to do community service. We'll be jumping into every gutters, clearing the, what did they call them again? Clearing the sewage. The drainage. We are going to be clearing the drainage. Not just that, we'll go into public schools, we'll clean the public schools, all these places where they are like dirty, where they don't heap dirty for roadside, we'll go there, we'll clear it. In all 36 states, in Abuja, we'll do it in Gwarimpa, we'll do it in Maraba, we'll do it in Nyanya, we'll do it in Kubwa, we'll do it in Lube. All these places that are dirty, we are going to go into them and we are going to clear it up. Now, why are we going to do this? We want to promote patriotism in the hearts of the youth. We are not going to limit the problems of Nigeria solely to the politicians. Yes, the politicians, they do have their own, but we self, when time don't reach up, we say we will need to contribute to make this country great. Now, the day when I get this inspiration for it, now the day when we say, at the come, Lagos, Third Mainland Bridge, person day for Third Mainland Bridge, they shit. And people, they pass on. A lot of people see that guy that they pass him. It is because we lack patriotism in Nigeria. We lack patriotism in Africa. Because if to say you love your country enough, if you tell that guy, make you stand, make you no shit for there. A lot of times, you go, they pass road. Like I just left Akwa Ibom. On my way to Ibom Resort, you get one place where we say they heap dirty for road. For road, people they pass, nobody get clear am. So those are the kind of things that we are going to take care of. Places where dirty, they will go clean them, we'll go public school, we'll paint their blackboard. If their chairs no they okay, we'll go knock them. Some kind of roads like this were no good, we'll go make sure say okay, we fill them up so that speed bump no go there, you know. A lot of things that we can lay our hands on, we are going to do it. So I'm going to put a number on this screen. You see the way they mix am with English and Pidgin, make me more Nigerian. And after all, I know the politician wanted to say things the exact way. Do you understand? So there will be a number on this screen, as you can see. From that number, if you did Port Harcourt, if you say, okay, you want to be in charge of this so area, now you and some raters go clean up, we go put you there. If you did every local government, we want to make sure we touch the whole 36 states starting from the last Saturday of November. It's not going to be easy, but we go feed one. So now it will be time for raters to talk, say, we say if we get something to talk, say we contribute for this country. It no go easy, we feel fail, but we no go stop, and we go definitely do 100%. So please key in, and also we get group, we get house for Clubhouse. If you know the application called Clubhouse, it's on my screen. We get app for Clubhouse, where they call the Rattle Movement. You can join it. Nigeria will go to do our meetings. Now, this is an important part of everything. This Rattle Movement, when we come together in order to do the things where I explain say we want to do, we are not going to be political. Political talks are not welcome within our midst. We know we come here, come to talk say na APC better, na PDP better, na Labour Party better, na SDP na better. No, we are not doing all that. Individually, you can support whatever party you want to support. But when we gather, we say we want set out, we want go clean here. We will not welcome any political discussions. Because now when politics come, like problem they come. Next thing, tribalism don't enter. We are not like that. We are just patriotic Nigerians that want Nigeria to grow. Because we know for the fact that we no fit leave this thing only for the politicians. Nigeria don't they break, Nigeria don't they break. Everybody they mind their business. We lack patriotism. That is the first thing. We all lack patriotism. When make if somebody won't do small thing, they'll say, it did one for clout. Meanwhile, those are your corporate social responsibilities. Do you understand? We need to love our country enough before we can change our country. So that's the most important thing that I want to share. So thank you very much. Please, the numbers are there, and it will be a time for the Rattlers to say yes, we won't do something. Do you understand? And guess what? While we start, more just we start. You know, saying starting the problem. Once we start, bam, we don't move. Then we can add other activities. Thank you very much, and God bless the Rattle Movement. And also, the Rattles in diaspora, if you feel the need to join, we know if we control on our own side yet, because I don't even know the area so on a day. But for Nigeria, it will be easier to go there, do these things. I feel touch like 2, 3, 4 states in a day in respect to this movement. So thank you very much, and don't play. If you play, you're going to learn, and you will learn the hard way. Nigeria, okay, this one will not be anybody uniform. Not be anybody will come meet me saying a uniform.
Verydarkblackman has emerged as a bold voice of inspiration for many young Nigerians. Through his outspoken activism and fearless stance against corruption, crime, and social injustice, he offers a model of courage, critical thinking, and self-belief. His refusal to stay silent in the face of wrongdoing encourages youth to value honesty and fairness by publicly challenging fraudulent practices and calling out exploitation. It shows that integrity can be stronger than fear. Verydarkblackman consistently urges young people to participate in community decision-making, attend town halls meetings, and hold leaders accountable. This has inspired many to register to vote, volunteer locally, and speak up about issues affecting their neighborhoods. In an era where get-rich-quick schemes often lure the young, he emphasizes discipline and legal means of success. His talk and online session highlight the importance of education, skill development, and entrepreneurship. By using social media to share candid opinions, it normalizes constructive debate and encourages youth to question policies respectfully but firmly, an essential skill for building a vibrant democracy. Despite facing criticism and occasional legal battles, Verydarkblackman stays committed to his mission. His resilience shows young Nigerians that setbacks are not the end but an invitation to persevere. Overall, Verydarkblackman's positive influence lies in empowering Nigerian youth to be brave, informed, and socially responsible citizens, proving that one determined voice can inspire an entire generation. Yes, VDM is a movement. So the secret phrase of this video is Verydarkblackman fairy tale and love above all. The love he has for ordinary Nigerians, That is why he's doing all this. Yes. And he sees that people are really suffering, suffering, suffering. It pains him in his heart. That is why Very Dark Black Man came out to rescue poor Nigerians that don't have voice to speak for themselves. He is so brave. He's so brave, 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 brave. Let me echo the word brave again. Very Dark Black Man is so brave, brave. How I wish another person like Very Dark Black Man will rise in this our country, Nigeria, to join hands with him the way he's brave. How I wish other person will rise like this and be brave. Also, this Nigeria would have become a great, 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 truthful, pure nation because he is doing amazingly above what we even expected him to do. Thank you so much once again, Very Dark Black Man, for all you are doing for ordinary Nigerians, for all you are doing in this our country, Nigeria. You are doing a great job. Once again, thank you so much for all you are doing for us all.